So I started taking my training seriously towards the end of my second year at uni. That's when I started benching and drinking water with half a lemon in it and things like that. So here's a photo of me on the 26th of June 2014 on my holiday in Memphis. And when I got back from holiday I bought my own bench, and that's when I decided to take it to the next level. When I got back from uni for my final year, I started experimenting with ideas from bodybuilding.com, like making my own amino water for example, and trying new supplements like BCAAs and creatine. For protein I used the Protein Works, which I fully endorse and would recommend to anyone. My exercise sessions have always been incredibly long, usually 2 to 3 hours. So at the beginning of the uni year I was tracking my workouts on paper, which was great, but after I filled out the pad I just sort of stopped doing it. I felt like I had no idea what I was doing with deadlifting, so I made this video asking for help with form. At this point I had no idea if I was doing good or bad. I always tried to deadlift as flat as possible. As you can see, I'm barefooted in this clip. Here I'm doing dips with 30 kilograms on me. I've always sort of ego lifted, but I think this is what segued me into powerlifting. I feel like this isn't a bad thing. If you're ego lifting, you'll be pushing yourself as hard as possible anyway. So as long as you're not injuring yourself and actually trying to keep some integrity as to form, try to lift as heavy as possible, even if it's just for 1 rep. As you can see here, I'm still kind of playing around, experimenting. Okay, so here I think is my first real attempt at breaking my boundaries and going for 1 rep maxes. My form is a bit off here, my back is curving horrendously. At this point I was doing 2 back exercises a week, deadlifts on both of them. When I was back home from uni I really had to improvise. I turned my bench into a squat rack, and again, just to experiment, I tied resistance bands to dumbbells and hand onto the bar. I film my lower half at home to measure my depth so I can get used to the movement and get comfortable with it. Okay, so here's my next max attempt back at uni after Christmas holidays. The form is still ugly, but I was happy with the rep. I mean, these handles were so fucking wide, it made them so hard to grip. But here's some fun I had doing shrugs. I had to use straps for the max up set, and they were a nightmare to put on too. But I had fun maxing out the assisted supine chest press machine. Hitting this bench I plateaued for ages, and I only just broke it a few weeks ago, so now my bench is at 92.5 kilograms, but I was really happy with this attempt. I really take my time positioning myself under the bench. I still hadn't learned a few things by this point, but positioning and form are really important with the bench, and they're going to help you loads. Right now my arch and hand placement are a lot better than it is here. And it is harder to get high numbers at home too, because my bar is lighter, so the moment on the weight is different to an Olympic bar, so I always take this into account. This is one of my proudest moments. I didn't even count that weight. I just put every deadlift plate the gym had and shoved it on the bar. I really fought for this rep, and it's important to put everything in your workout for the best results, I feel. The negative is absolutely horrendous and kind of dangerous, but I didn't get injured. Anyway, I almost had an accident doing calf raises with the Smith machine because the bar almost spun backwards and flipped me off the step. So now I like to do them in the squat rack. I started this routine with the bar for 50 reps, then every time I threw a plate on the side and minus 10 reps. I had DOMs for like a week and I walked like a zombie. It was horrible. This was 7 days after I started Corey Gregor's 100-day squat challenge. I failed the second rep, but I hit 110 after that, which meant my squat had gone up 17 kg from the shock of training every day. And now I realise I can deadlift 87.5% of my max without a belt. So now I deadlift beltless now at every opportunity. managed to hit a squat for 100 kilograms beltless and without knee wraps. And it happened to fall on the 50th day of my squatting every day for a 100-day challenge. Here's a photo of me on day 1 of the squat challenge and day 50. Here's some videos of how I look now at the end of the training year on the 26th of June 2015. This is the best lat spread I've ever done as well. If you like this video, please comment below and subscribe, and follow my Instagram at @frequentthoughts, and my Facebook page is Mark Smallwell Jenkins. Thank you. Goodbye.